Hey beautiful people, welcome to another Situationship Saturday. I'm Deanne and we're going to be doing a tarot reading today on your love life. So let's get started. I'm just going to get some energy going through these cards and we'll see what we get. So I'm going to start the reading off for you guys. Last time we started with your partner's energy, but this time we're going to start off and see what you guys are doing. Have a little sneaky peeky. Okay, get started. So please remember that my readings are timeless and there is no gender in the tarot. So the first card that we have out for you is Cut Down. It says cutting out, separation, stop the pattern and silent treatment. So stop the pattern tells us that there's some sort of behaviour pattern going on. But we'll get 5 cards for your first row and see what more we get. I've got 2, so actually no, we've got a few. All right. There's 4. It's a bit too many. I don't really like taking more than 3, so I'm gonna just put them back and get some more. Okay. One more, please, Spirit. Next one that came out for you is Not Enough. Lacking confidence, self-sabotage, ego and fear, frustrations. So, I mean, if next to that first card that we have out, we had Stop the Pattern, and the second one having self-sabotage. That could be a pattern of yours self-sabotaging. And, you know, there could be some sort of childhood wounds or trauma that's causing you to be lacking confidence. And there's ego and fear there. So what does the ego do? The ego hides our trauma as a protection, as a guide. Too many want to come out. You've got lots to say. But not feeling enough. That's pretty sad. They all want to come out at once. None at all. Three more, please, Spirit. 3 more for the collective's current energy. 3 more. These cards are really sticking together too. They're not like the shiny ones that are really easy to shuffle. They're quite, I don't know, they feel sticky for some reason. In a sticky situation. next one that came out is Sword and Rose. So we have clarity and truth, revelations, honour and protection, determination. Oh, another one come out. Oh, there's two there. Oh, three. This is what I mean, and they're really sticky. They're really sticking together. All right. So then, if I go like that, goes in that way. The next one out would have been date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. Next one, partying, time with friends, having fun, happy single, living in the moment. And then the next one out we have seduction, attraction, teasing, hooking up and date, third party, temptation. Okay, so I was only going to get 5, but last ones that flipped out with 3 in a row together. So I've taken them all, so you've actually got 6 for your first row. So you're obviously, this is like a no contact separation that's going on for you. Obviously these two go together, dating and partying. And then we have seduction. So, I mean, it says third party down the bottom. So is this a pattern of yours? It could have led to the breakup. So I think we'll get some more cards just to confirm. But there's no real emotion in these cards. I mean, usually when there's a breakup, there's sadness, right? I think we'll actually shadow. No, I'll go with this one. I'll go with the tarot. Usually when people break up, there's usually a little bit of sadness there or regret, but there's not much in these cards for you. So maybe some of these toxic patterns are causing you to not really see your behaviours and how you might be hurting people. You're just out there partying and dating and getting back out there without really taking any time in between to get over the breakup or look at what you've done to someone that cared for you. Alright, Spirit, please come into these cards. The energy of this person's current energy. So I'll just get a few more cards out, but this time it's the tarot. And then we'll have a look at your partner's energy. Okay? That one wanted to fly out. So we have, first one out, we have 3 of Pentacles. So I'll quickly show you. 3 of Pentacles, and that's in its upright position. So, you know, there's collaboration, skill, mastery, teamwork, achievement, planning, craftsmanship, cooperation. Let's see what else comes out. could be someone who throws himself into work after a breakup. Try not to think about it. Current energy, please. Then we have Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Laziness, stagnation, boredom, lack of progress, carelessness, and unreliability. Too many came out. I won't do that again. That one definitely wanted to come out. And then we have death. Transformation, endings, rebirth, transition, change, renewal, elimination. So I mean, there's definitely the end of the relationship here, so that is confirming that. Two more that came out is Seven of Wands and the Moon. So you've got defense, perseverance, challenge, courage, protection in your Seven of Wands, standing firm. So you're not really making any movement at the moment. You're the type of person that sort of is enjoying the party life, enjoying going out, meeting people, dating, but you're hurting people along the way. You've got some toxic traits that your ego is trying to hide for you, so you don't have to face up to them. And you're just busy working, trying to forget about that person, the breakup, all the hard things that you need to face. And it says, yeah, laziness, stagnation, boredom, lack of progress. You're just stagnant in this. Carelessness, unreliability, defense, challenge, courage, protection. You're protecting yourself with your ego. Whoops, I don't know what that one was. 4 Cups. Standing firm in competition. Let's see what's at the bottom. The Hierophant. Then with the Moon, illusion, intuition, dreams, unconscious mystery, deception, imagination, uncertainty. So you've got the Hierophant on the bottom. Tradition, spirituality, conformity. This, you know, Spirit is there trying to tell you to sort of wake up to this. You need to look inwards and see what you're doing. Anyway, we'll get some cards for your partner and see what your partner's current energy is. I'm just going to push these ones up a bit so we can make some room for your cards. Us 5 cards for the collective's partner's current energy, please. Five cards for the collective's current energy, partner's current energy. First one out for your partner his camera. Reminiscing, making memories, learn from the past. Perception. So your partner's obviously looking over photos, social media of you two together, time spent together, the memories made. Four more, please, Spirit, four more. Look at this partner. Oh, that one came flying out. Next one is ascending. Learning and expansion, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. Next one out is party. Time with friends, having fun, happily single, living in the moment. So your partner is probably been doing some healing work, and they're ascending. Okay, next one is the snake. Competition and enemy. The other woman, look over your shoulder. I thought I felt one flip over then in my hand. No? So there was the third party situation on your side, and now it's come out on your partner's side. Competition and enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder, not being able to trust you. One more, please, Spirit, one more. The collective's partner's card energy. Oh, this one flipped. And then shit. Cutting ties, moving on, receive what you need, progression and arriving. And at the bottom of your partner's deck is the dragonfly. So light-hearted and adapt. Finding out and change. Things coming to light and heal. So yeah, finding out that there was a third party and she was hurt, he was hurt. Things coming to light. And now healing, and that confirms the ascending. Like I said, when you start to heal, you start to ascend. Cutting ties, moving on from a bad break, a hard breakup. Receive what you need, progression and arriving. So I think we'll do another line for your partner. Which ones will I use? I'll try this one. Okay, so I'm just going to get a few more just to confirm your partner's current energy, see what's going on with them a little bit more. This has come out in the reverse. So it's a King of Wands, leadership and vision, bold and daring, big eye and optimism. But that came out in the reverse, so it's the opposite. It's the opposite of that. They're not optimistic, you know. So I don't really know. I haven't got a clear path ahead of them just yet. Probably just still very emotional about what's been going on here. Emotional time. Oh, I thought one flicked out onto the ground then. All good. Okay, 4 more please, Spirit. 4 more for the collective partners. Energy, yep. So we've got Ace of Swords in the upright. That's clarity and truth. New ideas, victory and triumph. Three more please, Spirit. 3 more. Too many. Too many, so many. Put them back and get some more. So I think after I've gotten the rest of your partner's energy and we can see what's going on with them a little bit better, I am going to do some shadow tarot for you. So that's come out in the reverse. So it's Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so that's someone who's still trying to work this all out. They're still going through the processes, the hurt of it all. They're not quite there yet. Yeah, they're healing though. They've just started to do some healing. It takes a while to heal from a betrayal though. Betrayal, like especially if they've got any wounds around abandonment, it just makes it twice as worse for that person. 2 more please, Spirit. 2 more for the collective's current partner's energy, ex-partner's current energy. 2 more. Three. 3 came out. I don't want to take 3, I want 2. Okay. Page of Cups. Whoops. In the upright. Dreamer and naive, innocence, inner child, head in the clouds. So they're doing some inner child healing. So they are definitely healing. And that just kind of explains why the Queen of Cups is still in reverse, because they've got inner child healing to do. They're just starting their journey. They've got their head in the clouds, feeling a bit like a child, dreamer and naive and innocent, because doing your inner child work takes you back to when you're a little kid. So you can find out where any trauma patterns are and what you went through as a kid, what's holding you back, what's caused you to have ego, all that sort of thing, any sort of behaviour patterns going on. And then the last one out is 8 of Cups in reverse. So this person is still stuck in all of this. They don't really have any forward movement, even though it says that, you know, there's time with friends and having fun. They're not being like you. They're not trying to have hookups or any other relationships. I mean, when people are going through healings, you don't want to be with anybody else because you're trying to figure your shit out, and you don't want to bring that into another relationship or put that on anyone else. So you know better. It's just something you've got to do. You should know better. Anyway, we'll get some shadow cards for you. And so on the bottom of your deck was the moon. So you've got the moon as well. Illusions and hidden, confusion and secrets, uncertainty. So that's all got to do with what you're hiding below, underneath everything that needs to be healed and addressed, so that you can feel those emotions, feel them through and heal them. So relationships are mirrors. So whilst they had their whilst each of you would have sort of trauma or behavioural patterns that are reflected back to you in a relationship. So this is your partner's doing the work, but you're not. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, the Shadow Tarot. All right. Let's see what comes out for you, what shadows you're hiding that you're not addressing, not trying to do any healing, or maybe honestly, like you've got ego there, so ego and fear, maybe your ego is hiding them from you and you're just not seeing them. But he'll show you. Spirit will show you in the tarot. So let's see what comes out for you. Okay, Spirit, please come through. Bring the energy of the collective I'm reading to. Show us what they're hiding, what their ego is hiding. What shadows do they have, please, Spirit? Wanted to come out. Six of Cups. What past comfort am I returning to? Let's see what else. I'll get 5. So 4 more, please, Spirit. 4 more for the collectives. So that one's flipped out in there. 3 of Wands. What am I waiting to see before I act? I'll get a shadow, a sacred readings card for you, I think, because this isn't revealing much at all. What thoughts keep, so that was 9 of Swords. What thoughts keep repeating in my mind? So there's a clue. Spirit wants you to see it. Wants you to find it on your own. Got to do some of the work. What thoughts keep repeating in your mind? So a good time to analyze that is like when you're driving and your mind's wandering. What does your mind keep going back to? You know, when you can't be scrolling on your phone because you're not thinking. You need to be ponderous. You need to be having time on your own. Maybe out in nature. Sometimes that gives people a lot of clarity. Get some fresh air and don't be looking at your phone. Just look to see what keeps coming up. What are your thought patterns? What do you keep? What repetitive thought patterns do you get? And this is showing me a couple more cards that have popped out as well. So. I don't know why they've done that, because I made sure all of these cards were the right way out. So I'm just going to read them all to you, because maybe there's just something, maybe there's a message here that Spirit wants you to see. So the next one out is Nine of Swords. What thoughts keep repeating in my mind? That's the one, yeah, that's the one I read to you before, sorry. Ace of Wands. What urge am I acting on right now? What urge? That's a bit of a scary thought considering you've got threesomes and dating and everything out there. But you can figure that one out. What feels complete within me now? The world. Two of Wands. What choice am I delaying? That would be healing. Ten of Wands. What am I carrying that I no longer need to? What baggage are you bringing into all your relationships that you shouldn't be carrying? All right. So I'll quickly do one of these for you as well. See what comes out. So this is the Sacred Woundings archetype. Oops, I'm just going to quickly cleanse these ones because I don't think I did these ones. Bit of crystal frequency to clean out the old energy. All right, let's get some new energy in these cards and see what we get. Okay, Spirit, bring in the energy of our collectives that we're reading to. Show us what shadows they're hiding. Show us what shadows they're not seeing. Show us what they're hiding and not seeing, please, Spirit, for their highest good. Oh, I can tell already they're trying to be specific with your cards. They really want you to get on top of this. One more. Come on, Spirit. Show us what the collective needs to see. How selective are they being? There's so many cards in this deck and not one's flying out. Well, here we go, just as I say that. The wound of memory fog. Forgetting as a shield from pain. This wound arises when the mind blurs what the heart cannot yet hold. Painful memories. Whether through trauma, overwhelm, or emotional shutdown, parts of your story go hazy to keep you safe. It can leave you feeling disconnected, unsure of your past, and afraid of what might surface if you truly remember. Oh, that's sad. I mean, if this is, you know, what you really have, maybe it will help talking to someone who's a professional. Maybe go to a counsellor, because you don't want to be going around repeating these patterns because you're hurting people. Imagine if you met someone that you cared about and they brought a third party in on you. Like, it can traumatize some people if they've got abandonment wounds. It's not right. You need to get help, and it's for your highest good. It's for your highest self. It's like, learn to love yourself. If you loved yourself, truly valued who you are as a person, as a human being, you wouldn't be doing this to people, because people like that don't want to hurt other people. They don't want to hurt themselves. If you fell in love with someone, if you had feelings for this person, which you obviously did, or it wouldn't have come up in this reading, then you wouldn't do this to people. You'd want to go and get it sorted, right? And healing is just about finding what it is that hurt you and going through those emotions. it can be a little bit difficult if you're scared of those emotions. But at the end of the day, once you've done it, you've got so much more to look forward to instead of carrying around all this baggage all the time. Anyway, I will get 2 more for you and see what we get. Whoa, did you see that one? It went flying. Silenced pulse. Emotional truth buried in logic. This wound arises when feelings are dismissed, minimized, or intellectualized to stay in control. You learned to prioritize reason over emotion, clarity over vulnerability. It can leave you disconnected from your heart. And that is true, because you've got no emotions here. Being disconnected from your heart will cause you to not want to feel emotion. You don't want that. Love is what makes the world go round. That's sad. You need to get on top of this. Uncertain how to express what you feel. You've got to feel it through. And longing to be fully known beyond what you can explain. This is what I mean when I tell people that are, you know, in toxic relationships. Sometimes, like I've done readings for your partner who are heartbroken because they've been cheated on, or, you know, it's an abusive or, you know, emotional abuse relationship, whatever. And I can't understand how you can just walk away and do that sort of thing to them, because they feel emotions. You're not feeling your emotions, so it's easy for you. It's not a very nice person. You need to be someone you're proud of. Alright, the next one that came up for you is the wound of the hollow gaze. Appearing present while emotionally gone. Exactly what I said from the very beginning. There's no emotions here. You need to learn to feel again. This wound forms when you learn to stay physically present while emotionally checking out. These are shadow wound cards, and even though these 3 cards are very slightly different in what the trauma is that has caused this, but they all say the same thing, that you are not feeling emotions. You are numbing down. You've turned, like a switch, turned off your emotions, hiding what you need to feel. So this wound forms when you learn to stay physically present while emotionally checking out. You may smile, nod, or keep up the motions, but inside you're distant or numb. It can leave you feeling invisible, even to yourself. Unsure how to truly come back into your body and heart. That's cognizance. Block between heart and head. So you need to fix that. You won't be hurting anyone else, but also learn to love yourself again. Learn to actually feel. Learn what your value is, so you can let it all go. So my advice, stop dating. Stop dating, because you're just going to end up hurting someone else. You don't want that. You're going to get a reputation. It won't be a good one. And do some healing. Go and see a therapist if you need to. Alright. I wish you all the best on your journey. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a good one. Mwah.